Hello my friends, this is Mark Meir from TradeConscious.com, and I wanted to show you another sort of longer term scalping method that I use. For those who are familiar with my website, you know that I use the 1 minute charts to scalp the euro and the DAX and the pounds and so forth. But this is a longer term scalping method which works really well. So let me just show you what I have here on the screen. One of the stochastics, which we all know about, which helps you to see whether stuff is overbought or oversold and so forth, can keep you out of trouble. I have an ATR, average true range, the same period average true range, which helps me see what kind of movements I expect. And I have a multi-pair indicator. I don't know where I downloaded it from, but I'm sure you can find it, which shows you the trend across various time frames for various currencies. We're looking at the euro here, so you can see that it's up on the 1 and 5 minutes. It's nowhere on the mid ones, and it's down on the longer term time charts. But anyway, the indicator I wanted to talk about is the EMA crossover, which is the one that I've been using to enter these trades. Just the setting here, we have two Bollinger Bands. We have a 14 period Bollinger Band with standard deviation 2 and a standard deviation 1. They don't really relate to this method of trading, but I've left them in because I use them for my other scalps. Let me just pause this. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, there was some sort of problem here on the machine, so I just need to sort it out. Okay, so we're talking about the EMA crossover indicator. I'll show you what the settings are for it. This is the indicator, EMA crossover. You can find it. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it. It's an MT4 indicator. And if we look at the parameters, I've got the color set as blue for longs, red for shorts. And the inputs show that I'm using the 4 EMA and the 5 EMA, and looking at the crossovers of the 4 over the 5 or the other way around. So let's look at a trade that I had this morning. Now remember, I normally scalp 1 minute charts. I can have 100, 200 trades in a couple of hours, but these are much longer term trades. Let's look at it here and the way I use it. This is 7:45 UK time, 9:45 GT, I think. But we see the appearance of the crossover arrow to the downside on the euro dollar. So I entered a short over here, just as it broke the bottom of the body of the candle where the arrow appears. So at 29.40, I stopped just above the top of this previous bar at 29.45. So basically, it's really only a sort of 4.5 pip stop. It happens. This progressed quite nicely, and I think I closed pretty much the entire position as it hits just below the pivot point here at 21.16 or 21.15 even. I can't remember, but it was basically, it's a good run for about 23, 24 pips, and it was quite a fast run. Now obviously this doesn't happen all the time. You get false signals as well. I mean, if you look at this sort of up arrow here, you would have entered on the break of the top of this body of the candle here, 29.44, and your stop would have been at 29.35, a 9 pip stop, and you wouldn't have made much. I mean, if you were quick enough and watching the 1 minute charts, which I do to exit sometimes, you could have got out with a small profit. So obviously they don't work every time, but once in a while they work nicely. If we look at this downwards arrow here, which happened during the Asian session, or sorry, late into the US session, you know, had we entered here at 29.53 with a stop here, right, we'd still be in that trade now. So we'd entered 29.53. You know, we the max price, we're down to 29.05, so 48 move overnight. So these things work quite well. If we look at yesterday, we had a similar situation here on the long, but we would have got stopped out here. So it was, we actually, no, I'm sorry, we wouldn't have stopped out because we would have waited till it broke the top of this, and then we'd probably move in here and we could have made some decent money, or this one here too, to the downside. So obviously not all, some of them are fake, and the one thing to watch out is if you've had a really big move on one of the arrows. I'll show you in a minute because I think there was one cable. Yeah, see if you get, here's an arrow here, which happened on on a very big bar. I wouldn't go short yet. It seems to be exhausted. But on cable, I'm using 2 EMA crossovers. The red one is the one you saw before, the 4/5, and this one would have worked quite well. The longer one, this is a 9/14 EMA, this one didn't work well. And definitely I wouldn't take it after such a steep move down. But even here, if we look at this one here, you get a nice move down, get in, it's then confirmed by the longer EMA crossover, and you're in a nice little route here. Another one, smaller ones that you can see on the Aussie currency as well. Once it crosses above, it moves. Once it crosses below, you get a bit. You don't always get a loss. In this case here, for example, you get a mega move. You get we move here from 1.0067. We could have sort of basically still be in now, or get out at 1.0167. So get 100 plus pips or so. So I'm not saying it's a miracle indicator or anything. I'm just saying that the risk reward on this indicator is pretty good. If you combine it with my scalping method, which you can find on the blog, it all in all, it works really well. Hope you enjoyed this and found it useful. Cheers.